Inside the Show with Justin Allegri.
Welcome to a Saturday edition of Inside the Show. It's time to take a look back at what happened.
Welcome back to the MLB pregame show. The action is right around the corner, but before we get there, we'll take a look at some young talent you'll see out on the diamond with today's installment of the Bowman Prospect Spotlight. Adam Boomer is in the glow, and if you haven't heard of him before, that might be because he's playing his first Major League ball game here today.
Yeah, Matt, it's really an exciting day for him and for this organization. When they drafted him in the middle rounds, they, of course, hoped he would turn into a productive big leaguer someday, but there was obviously no guarantee. Well, he's made his way through the minors, and here he is. Now, he'll have a lot to learn at this level, and we don't know how he'll fare, but I'd say that any time you get a mid-round selection in the majors, that was a pretty successful pick.
All right, lineups and first pitch are coming up next. Stay tuned for that right here on the show. It's been the home of the Orioles since 1991, and there's a good look at beautiful Oriole Park here in Baltimore. Today it's the rubber match of this three-game series between the American League's Houston Astros and the Baltimore Orioles. And before we close in on first pitch, a look at the starting lineups here for the finale. And let's also get a brief look at our two starting pitchers as you see how they stack up right there. Alejandro De Aza will step in now to lead things off in the home half of the first. Now a swing and a sharp ground ball to third. On to first as Valbuena throws him out, one gone. A look here at the scouting report as there are the pitches and corresponding speeds we'll see him use this afternoon. Manny Machado will stand in. He comes off an 0 for 4 in last night's ball game. And a high strike to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1. EK, taking a look at these Astros entering play here this afternoon. They come in looking to make it 2 in a row as they were winners last time out.
And after the loss in the opener of the series, that was a much-needed win yesterday. So they can look to win this series and take 2 out of 3 if they can just take care of business here.
And they'll just tag him out along the first base line. Adam Jones will get his first cuts now, and he'll do so with the bases empty and 2 away here in the first. Oh, and that one slung through the strike zone that time at 98, 0-1. You'd have to say, so far, so good here for the rookie.
Yeah, I mean, he's getting ahead. He's mixing his pitches. You'd like to put up a 0 to get that first inning out of the way, and he's close to making that happen.
Throw on to Carter gets him to retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Orioles. We've played an inning. No score. Chris Davis will dig in, and this season certainly hasn't been all that kind to him as he enters play with the average down in the 230s. That hits the outside corner. It's strike 1. Now here it comes. Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2.
And on 0-2, I'd be shocked to see another fastball in the strike zone.
Too high. 1 and 2.
Could be that high fastball there was just a setup pitch. Now you've kind of established that high sight level. Could be a good time to break off a nasty curveball.
And he'll take this to the bag. 3 unassisted for the first out.
Well, that's a nice job right there to readjust to that curveball. I don't know if he was sitting on it or what, but he certainly hit it hard. Unfortunately for him, right at someone.
Steve Pearce comes on with 1 away as he looks at a ball. It's 1-0. Here's a ball hit pretty well and carrying to deep right. There to play it is Springer, and that's out number 2.
You know, that's the thing with throwing a fastball as hard as he does. It makes fly balls travel that much farther off the bat. And this thing gets out there a long ways before it finally gets tracked down.
And now this is swung on and pulled down the third base line. But a foul ball here, 0-1. Now he gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate.
Let it fly. Let's go right here.
Pitch on the way.
Hey, need a strikeout right here. Clear guy.
Not a bad pitch there with 2 strikes, but it misses 1 and 2.
And that's his strikeout pitch right there. You know, you'll see a lot of guys swing right over the top of that one. That's a great job there just to hold off.
Curveball, and he buckled him, but it's full 3 and 2.
So many times, pitchers will get ahead, and they'll start to mess around, and the next thing you know, it's a full count like it is here.
Boomer has got it, and the side is retired. J.J. Hardy makes his way to the plate to get us started here in the bottom of inning number 3. Now the first pitch of the inning is a fly ball out to straightaway left. Gaddis is there to make the catch, and it's 1 pitch, 1 gone here in the bottom of the 3rd. Now the first pitch. Jonathan Scope comes on with 1 gone here as he looks at a called strike 1.
Hey, get a good one.
And a curveball's in there, so he's quickly behind 0 and 2. Now here's the pitch. Stays alive here as this is fouled off to the right. Ready with another 0-2. Tried to throw the fastball by him, but it's high, 1 and 2. Now here's the pitch. And here's a changeup in there for a called 3rd strike, and that's the 2nd out of the inning. And there's something he just may well remember for quite a while. His first big league punch out. I'm sure he's hoping it'll be the first of many, many more.
And you hear a lot of pitching coaches talking about pitchers letting their defense do the work. But the truth is, if you want to stick around in the big leagues, you're going to have to take matters into your own hands every once in a while, too. In this day and age, you have to be able to strike guys out if you want to be successful.
Into the box, J.P. Arancibia. So weighed out a breaking pitch here that finds the zone for strike 1. That batting average hovering in the high 230s. 1 home run and 4 RBIs. Here's the pitch. And an off-speed pitch swung on and missed, and with that, the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down for the Orioles. We'll head to the 4th, still score. Alejandro De Aza will be the first to stand in here in the inning for Baltimore, with Manny Machado waiting to follow. In there for strike 1, 0-1. Not much to shout about for either team here as we start the 4th inning, 0-0.
Yeah, I think we kind of knew that pitching might take the upper hand here. Maybe not to this extent, but both guys have really thrown the ball well.
Lowry to play this one at short. And a good throw gets him 1 gone. Manny Machado will stand in. He grounded out his first time. And, looked inside, but that's ruled a strike, 0-1.
Well, as we've seen so far, this isn't a team that's going to wait around too long to feel a pitcher out. They're an aggressive team all the way from top to bottom. And if that first pitch is anywhere close, most of these guys are going to take a hack at it.
Tries to go the other way as this is hit in the air down the right field line. And he will make the play out there, and there are 2 away now. So bases are empty here with 2 gone, and standing in the fine center fielder Adam Jones. And he swings through a fastball and doesn't catch up with it. It's 0-1. And this is hit hard on the ground at first. Onto the bag with it is Carter, and that'll retire the side. Can't start any better than this. He's set down the first 12. We played 4 full, and we are tied 0-0. Chris Davis will stand in to lead things off in the bottom of the 5th.
First baseman.
There's a strike at the knees, 0-1. There's his total now, just into his 5th inning of work. Nothing too out of the ordinary there.
The pitch count's the least of his worries. If his guys don't get him any runs, I don't think it'll matter all that much.
And they'll try to tempt him with a curveball, but this bounces in front of the plate, and it's 1-2.
Well, he's had a lot of guys swinging at pitches out of the strike zone early on, so it's a great idea to go ahead and bounce one there on 0-2.
I think we expected to see a well-pitched game coming in, and we got one. Starting to look like the team who scores first might be the one who wins.
A curveball here, but he was waiting for it and sends it in the air to deep left field. And he's going to make the play over toward his right, and there are 2 away now. Delman Young will stand in here, hoping to pick up his club's first hit in the contest. And this is swung on and bounced on the ground to third. And a bit of a high throw that time, but no problem over there at first as they record the out. 1, 2, 3 go the Orioles. 6th inning coming up, still zip, zip. J.J. Hardy will stand in here to get things started in the Baltimore 6th. And here's a fastball called for strike 1. Not too many strikeouts on the ledger for him so far, but it hasn't really mattered.
Yeah, I think ideally you'd like to see him miss a few more bats, but as long as you're keeping guys off balance and you're letting your defense help you, you don't need to strike a ton of guys out to be successful.
And they took him right up the elevator shaft on these 3 pitches. I mean, you could chart where they are. First one low, second one about belt high, and then the third one up around the letters. 3 different locations, each yielding the same result.
Now the Astros have somebody up in the bullpen as a right-hander has started to warm up out there. 2-0. Now the pitch. Swing and a hard hit grounder down the line, but a foul ball, and it's 2-1 now. Here comes the 2-1. He's fallen behind now, 3-1.
Well, I think it's time to attack now because these guys haven't been in too many good hitters' counts. This is where you need to pounce.
Swing, strike 2. And the third baseman will have a look at it, but this is back into the seats. Full count offering on its way. Well hit high in the air and deep to center field. Under it is Rasmus now for route number 2. J.P. Arancibia will try it again. Set down on strikes his first time. Swinging a ball hit on the ground, but this is foul for the first strike. Now the pitch.
Hey now, we got 2.
And this is hit well towards the hole. Oh, a tough play. Throw gets him at first, and even the East German judge gives that one a score of 10 as the side is retired. They call it the hot corner for a reason, and this is a beauty to take us to break. More matinee baseball here on a Wednesday afternoon following this. Alejandro De Aza will be the first to stand in here in the inning for Baltimore, with Manny Machado waiting to follow. And he just keeps rolling along as he starts another batter out with strike 1. Yet again, another first pitch strike.
And it's a big reason of why he's having the success he is. You establish the count in your favor right away, and it just opens up the door to so many more options going forward.
Third baseman, number 13.
First offering on the way. Manny Machado stands in as he looks at a called strike.
And I wish more guys would pitch like this. I mean, look at that pitch count right there. That is really low for this stage of the game, and it's because he's throwing strikes and challenging guys.
Here comes the Astros skipper up out of the Houston dugout, and he's going to make a move as that's going to be all for his starter this afternoon. Will Harris will get the call now as he'll try to get the final 2 outs and send this one along into the 8th. Well, you always hope to get a good outing from your starting pitcher, but this man went above and beyond in this one. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, I thought he turned in a really good performance. His fastball had some good life to it. He really mixed his speeds well, and he kept guys guessing.